Yo, what's good? What's going on, man? Salute to everybody tuning into the channel, bro. It's no secret, my expert opinion, Math Hoffa, the whole debacle, him fumbling the whole entire regime. He had a dream team, man. Math had a dream team. He had Esso, he had Heineken, Space Ghost, Mecca, Bigger, Champ. You had a dynasty, bro. I feel like everybody brought some sort of value to the table, and even some of the people that were in front of the camera, they also played a pivotal role behind the camera, producing, coming up with questions, booking the talent. You know what I mean? Like, you can really see the difference from when certain individuals left the platform, how certain way the questions were guided, the guests, the way the visuals were shot, the audio, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell. You could tell, and that original cast, that original style can never be duplicated. Never be duplicated. Salute to Gully TV. He did a really, really dope ass interview with Esso and Heineken and Space Ghost. I believe he's going to be featured on Bag Fuel coming up soon. So definitely going to stay tuned to that. Make sure you guys subscribed over there. Found out some really shocking information for me personally. I didn't know the severity of this information, and I did not know that Math let me say this. So there was a point, if you remember my expert opinion, when it was like scorching. I don't know if it was around the Fat Joe interview but it was like maybe right before that or right after that, like 5-6 months just straight. They was just hitting it out the park. You know what I'm saying? From the clips to the actual episodes. Them joints was doing like 300, 400, 500,000, half a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like views. According to Esso and Heineken, they weren't being paid. They weren't being paid. And Math showed the analytics, the YouTube analytics to Heineken. But he was showing it to them on some braggadocious shit. And Heineken saw that Math was generating over $200,000 a month on YouTube at that time. And this was like I said, this was like right around a couple months after the Fat Joe interview or right before it. I'm pretty sure it was after it because the Fat Joe interview was pretty big, but he was making $200,000 a month. And the only person that was being paid was the owner of the shop who's leasing them the shop and Space Ghost. Everybody else was not getting paid. That's crazy. You mean to tell me you're taking 200 bands and you're not even breaking bread with the people that's bringing the value and that's also low key responsible for why the show is where it's at now? I just thought that really like made me sick to my stomach, bro. And the crazy shit, how it all unfolded. If y'all remember, so when I first saw Esso on my expert opinion, I saw him on 8 at the Table. Now, 8 at the Table is like a relationship podcast. It was a moment where they were scorching hot too. Like they would have these debates, live YouTube episodes where they would talk about relationships, different things that transpire in relationships, stuff like that. Really great content. And I remember seeing him on there and just how vocal and passionate he was. Then I seen him on my expert opinion. I'm like, oh shit, ain't that the dude from 8 at the Table? So make a long story short, he, Esso was like hot. You know what I'm saying? Like he brings a lot of value, from the music side of things, him being a manager of artists, producers, having so many different resources and relationships. He brought a lot of knowledge to the platform from an executive and music side. And then, him being on the 8 at the Table, him being married, been through a lot of things in his life, he can give advice from a relationship standpoint. So he was like doing his thing, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, he was doing his thing. And he said Mandy from Horrible Decisions, she wanted to do a show with Esso. She wanted to do a show with Esso. And she showed Esso the YouTube analytics from her show and showed the possible, projected earnings that they could make if they came together. And he saw the numbers. He was like, damn. So he's like, wait a minute. If you're making this, I can imagine what Matt Hoffa making. So he went and he told, I think he was in the shop, and he showed Heineken, yo, look at this, yo. And Matt overheard it, and he was like, yo, what's that? He was like, yo, they trying to book him. They were trying to pay Esso bread to come over there and do a podcast. And that's when Matt stepped in and was like, yo, nah, I'm going to pay y'all such and such. Whatever you want to do, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pay y'all. And that's when they started to get paid. It took somebody seeing the value in Esso, wanting to bring him aboard and pay him for his services, to Math to see that, get scared and wonder, oh, am I going to lose Esso, to take him back and then finally pay him. I thought that was just crazy. So after that, Math shows Heineken the analytics, then tries to treat him respectfully like a bitch and take him shopping, buy him clothes and shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like he is woman or some shit. But never speak about the actual business. And Esso was very adamant about business. Like, no, nigga, you are going to pay me. And if you're going to pay me, you're going to pay my brother. So at that point, people were getting paid on the show. But before that, they weren't getting paid. I just think that's crazy, man. It's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? You being the CEO, the owner of the platform, you're having these guys, come into the shop, shoot for hours of episodes, and you're not even paying them. Not to mention probably the sponsorships you're getting, the YouTube ad revenue you're getting. You could have at least paid these niggas anywhere between 3 to 5 bands a piece and still had roughly over six figures, left to play with or do whatever you please. But I just thought that was crazy to me, bro. Like, this man was making over 200,000, and this was before like the Tony Yayo interview and all that. Like, I know he was up there probably the 300,000. It's like, salute to Anton Daniels. He's a YouTuber that I watch, bro. He got multiple channels. He showed the analytics from one of his channels. He was caking like 150, 175,000 just on one channel, and had multiple channels. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine what, this nigga was making. And trying to stunt on these niggas and then not pay him was just diabolical. You know what I'm saying? It was just diabolical to me, man. But it's just a true testament to show, like, yo, everybody's not meant to be a leader. And this is why he's in the position he's in now, where you're now shooting episodes by yourself. You're going live from your kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, no office space, nothing with a professional backdrop, nothing. You know what I mean? And I strongly feel like, that's karma. That's karma, bro. There's nothing else I could think of. That's karma. But wild situation, man. I'm just glad to see that Bag Fuel is doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Their subscribers is growing. They have a lot of dope episodes. A lot of dope content that comes from over in that hub. I've yet to see something, spectacular come from, from that particular other side. But I don't know, man. Like, as far as for my expert opinion, I feel like it's done, bro. You don't have the venue anymore. You're doing lives, like I said, from your crib. So even the way the content is being produced and distributed it don't got that feel to it like it did before, but I don't know. That's just how I see things, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel, hit the like for your boy. It's your boy AC. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.